Hi there, and thanks for watching. My name is Stephen Campbell, and I'm the pastor at the International Baptist Church of Bonn. I'm so glad you've joined us. You're watching the Week 41 video in our series, What Christians Believe. We're taking a look at the basic beliefs of the Christian faith as part of our aim at IBC Bonn to lay a strong foundation for our members so they can have an active faith and a consistent Christian life. In the previous video, we looked at the command to not murder. In this video, we will take a look at the seventh commandment, which commands us to not commit adultery. As I keep reminding us, the law of the Old Testament flows from the heart of God and reveals to us his desires and his values. God is the creator of life, and he knows how life works best. I have here a summary of the Ten Commandments. Read along with me. We'll spend the next few videos finishing up these Ten Commandments. They're summarized for us this way. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself an idol. You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Honor your father and your mother. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's possessions. The seventh commandment tells us you shall not commit adultery. On the surface, this command is pretty simple to understand. At the most basic level, God commands married individuals that they should not have sexual relations with anyone other than their husband or wife. But when we consider all that the Bible teaches us about marriage and sex, we learn so much more. In the first place, we learn from creation that marriage is a covenant given by God as a gift to humanity and to society. And it is therefore to be honored and held in the highest esteem. It is to be between one man and one woman for life. Additionally, we learn that through sexual union, a husband and wife become one flesh. We aren't used to taking agreements as seriously as God does, but marriage is a bond that in God's eyes cannot be broken simply. It must be entered into with reverence and honor for the institution of marriage. This relationship is holy. In fact, all other sexual relationships outside of marriage between a man and his wife are sinful. They are displeasing to God and dishonoring to our humanity. This is part of God's created design, and it's affirmed throughout the entire Bible. It's often argued that these standards are old-fashioned. But if you look at the book of Revelation, you'll see that it reveals to us that these standards of God are not just for the past, but also for the future. They're unchanging throughout human history, past, present, and future. But God takes this purity and holiness of human sexuality so seriously that he is also concerned with our hearts. Not only must we not commit acts of impurity, but we are to avoid lusting with our eyes and our hearts. First, there comes the temptation to lust, but at that point we haven't yet sinned. It is when our mind continues to dwell on lustful thoughts, or when our mind wanders to the point of committing adultery, either in our hearts or with our bodies, that we have sinned. We have displeased God, and we have dishonored our spouse and the one that we have lustfully thought about. To put it simply, Christians believe that all impurity is wrong in God's eyes, and we must therefore detest it from the heart and live pure and disciplined lives both within and outside of marriage. As Christians, this means that living with our boyfriend or girlfriend is not appropriate. It means that pornography is sinful. It means that wearing modest clothing is wise. In other words, instead of asking, how close can I get to this sin without falling into sin, we should rather have the attitude that it is wise and pleasing to God that we flee from sin and any appearance of it. Why? Well, one reason is that we live in God's world, and he knows what is good for us. Another reason is that the Bible teaches that we are temples of the Holy Holy Spirit. Therefore, Christians believe that it is God's will that we keep ourselves pure and holy. Thus, he forbids all acts, gestures, words, thoughts, desires, and anything else that may entice us to impurity. The Bible teaches that marriage is a visualization of the gospel. Therefore, how we as Christians treat marriage and live out our sexuality should reflect the gospel. To help us remember how seriously God takes this, here is our memory verse for the week. In Matthew 5, Jesus says, "You have heard that it was said, 'You shall not commit adultery.' But I say to you that everyone who looks at a woman with lustful intent has already committed adultery with her in his heart." That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless you. Be sure to like these videos and follow our channel to be notified each week when a new video is posted. And be sure to look back next week for the next video. If you live in the Bonn area, you are warmly invited to come to IBC Bonn. God bless you.